Welcome to Unhinged with A&M. I'm Miranda.
I'm Ari.
Welcome to episode 3.
Episode 3,
Part
let's go.
2 of the last one.
It was situation. Would we unsituation or situationships?
Yes. So much to say on this topic.
We went through our past turbulences before.
Yeah.
And now we're in the present.
In the present.
Oh, girl, I don't... Like, how did I end up like this? I know how you ended up like this.
Wow. How did I end up like this?
I was just
Tell
kidding.
me, how did I end up like this, Ari?
It all started when you learned how to read.
When I learned how to read, I struggled to learn how to read. Tangent. As someone who really loves to read now, I had to be put in a special reading class
Same
when I was learning how to read. It's like only my entire personality is books and reading, and I didn't even know how to freaking do it.
You didn't see it, but we gave each other heart hands with one another. It's our thing.
Like our signature thing, the two of us.
It's how we say goodbye to each other, but
Every
also
time.
bonding moment.
Mhm.
She finishes the heart. But yeah, no, intermediate literacy. What are words?
What are words? I don't know. I struggled to learn how to read.
That's what I say. I was also put in that kind of reading program. It was Kiwanis. They're old people that teach kids how to read or read with kids.
I don't remember if mine had a specific name, but I remember it was first grade. We would have silent reading time, and I would get taken with two other students.
Get taken away.
Taken away. I would have to go to a separate room. It was a trailer outside.
Oh. Definitely got taken away then.
Well, because my school had trailer classrooms outside.
Yeah.
So I would go in there with my teacher, and it was two other kids plus me. So it was 3 of us total. And she would give us these books, and she would teach us how to individually read, essentially. And our homework was to take home tapes, the little tapes, instead of CDs.
Like cassette tapes?
The cassette tapes.
Oh.
Yeah. She would have us take those home, and we would have to put them in the tape player, cassette tape player.
Yeah.
And we would have to sit. Our homework was to read along with essentially the audiobook person.
Yeah.
On the cassette tape. And then we would have to go back into the classroom whenever we would have that class and read along or show her what we learned.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like that really played a big testament into me being so obsessed with books. Because I ended up having an above average reading level.
Yeah.
I was able to read at a much, I think I was in the 3rd grade at a 6th grade reading level.
Oh, 100%. Genius.
So I'm oh, yes, that special reading class was perfect for me. And it only became my entire life.
It only became my entire personality.
I was the book girl my entire life. So
see, mine's a little different. Remedial classes, that's the word.
Okay.
I got you. It took me a minute, but so I also got put in those remedial classes, but I would sit with a older gentleman who would teach me how to read, or I would read along with him. And ultimately I found out it wasn't that I didn't know how to read or I couldn't read. And the same with math. It's just I found no point.
Okay.
I'm I don't care for this. Why am I doing this?
That's fair.
And eventually I realized no one else was taken out of those classrooms. It was always me and, like you said, 2 other kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is it just us? And they're like, well, it's because you're not learning like everybody else. And I'm like, what does that mean? And when I realized that, I think someone told me that pretty much plain as day. And I was like, oh, so I just had to pay attention and I'll be taken out of these classes. And so I started paying attention and they pulled me and my parents aside and they had a little parent-teacher conference with us. They're like, Ariana, here's some blocks. How many blocks is that? I'm like, 5.
And they're like, oh, shit, this kid's actually smart.
Yeah. And they're like, Ariana, read this paragraph. Tell me what it says. This is what it says. holy shit, she's a genius.
Yeah, no, I definitely just struggled. It wasn't that I was like some secret genius. Like, even with math, to this day, if you sat me down and told me to do my times tables, I would not be able to finish it within the time limit you give me.
I could do multiplication, screw division.
I couldn't do either.
No.
I remember there was one time in like the fourth or fifth grade, we all, it was like a leadership board thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we all, in order to pass, we had to finish our times table within the required amount of time.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time I could not do it. I could not do it. And one time I missed out on a recess because they needed me to do it. And I just remember like I had 3 teachers around me as I'm like trying, and they're like cheering me on, going, "Go Miranda, you got this!" And I did it, and it was like this big celebration. But I struggled, and to this day, I think I would probably cry if you put a times table down in front of me and told me like you have to complete all of this
Mm-hmm.
in 2 minutes.
You know, that could be used as weaponized information for you.
Oh God, please don't. I beg you. I'm a reader, not a mathematician.
I love the ADHD coming in right at the hot start of episode 3.
Listen, undiagnosed ADHD, okay? Who knows what it is?
Who knows what it is? Okay, situationships.
Situationships. Oh.
Okay. So you okay if I start with me since
Go ahead.
okay. So at my job, there's kind of like this event that we're all required to do. And it's kind of like a kumbaya, like let's all learn and love together, you know, which is fine. And so I go drive out with my coworker at the time, and we go to this conference. And then there's this guy.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna call him D.
Okay.
If I say any more, I feel like I will just trip up. Anyways,
Fair.
D.
D.
I'm a D. I'm sorry. So he comes in and he tells everybody his life story. Like, he served in the military. He had to take his dead friend's body across the lines to bring him home to America.
Ugh.
And he wears his tags or bracelet, one of those two, to this day, and has only taken them off when he needed MRIs done.
So touching.
I fell in love.
I mean, obviously.
And then the cherry on top, which is why I decided to pursue him romantically, was he likes D&D,
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons, for those
Love
who don't know.
D&D.
And I was like, holy crap, this is my soulmate. Like, I could climb this guy. He has a traumatic backstory. Like, I would be the main character besides the main character in this relationship. I was head over heels, man. And my friend at the time, she, bless her, she was the only sane one in this situation. She was like, "You like him?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I do." She's like, "Tell him." And I'm like, "What?" You remember how we talked about communication last episode?
Yeah.
No,
No,
you
didn't.
I didn't want to. That was terrifying.
Girl.
But she convinced me to do it anyways.
Good.
So when talking about D&D, I laid it on pretty damn heavy.
Good, as you should.
And how I did that is I explained the one time, my one accomplishment that I hold on to this day in D&D is I seduced the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, and turned out okay in the end, which is, oh, that was a feat. And so I described to him how I seduced the dragon and then proceeded to heavily flirt thereafter. And he was like, "Hey, like, this is fun. Where are you hoping to take this?"
Oh.
And I was like, oh. And I'm like, try to be nonchalant, like, I don't know, we'll see where this goes. Like, I'm not rushing anything. And he was like, "Yeah, I am the same," because, like, I want to say 37 at the time.
Okay. Older.
By 11 years. 12?
And you said 12.
12. He's older by 12 years.
Okay.
And he was like, I've lived my life alone for so long, and like I don't need anyone to help fill that gap. Like,
Okay.
like he put it in a nicer way, but in my eyes, it sounded like I am complete no matter what.
Okay.
If you add on to it, great. If you don't,
Oh,
that's okay too. That's how I interpret it. And I was like, I love that because after AW, like
Yeah.
I was like, I need to find a guy with motivation, some drive. And I'm like, this guy literally was in the military, literally loved his friend to the very end and still to today. And I could climb him.
And you could climb
I
him.
could climb him.
That's like one of Ari's top, what is the word? Requirements.
Yes.
When it comes to dating a guy.
Yes.
Is that he has to be climbable.
If he's a scrawny twig, no. Like, one of our friends tried to match us up with a short king. No.
No.
I can't climb him in that way.
Okay, but he genuinely seems so sweet.
He seems very sweet, but I can't climb him.
Oh my gosh. I guess.
Okay, like, my current weight, I'm putting this on the internet because I genuinely don't care, is like 230 on the dot.
Okay.
So can a guy, normal average guy, pick up a 230-pound girl?
If they go to the gym a lot.
If they go, see, that's why.
Yeah.
You hear it? I want to be princess carried on my wedding day. If you can't do that, get out.
Fair. That is like the dream.
That is the dream. And so that's inadvertently has become one of my requirements.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I have lost weight. I used to be 260 pounds. So,
Woohoo.
getting there, still working on it. But I was like, okay, well, this guy, he matches all my categories.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, let's go for it. And so I start talking to him. And then he falls off the face of the earth for a bit.
Of course, as men do.
As men do. As situationships do,
Yep.
I find, like, is a
Yep.
theme. And I'm like, oh, he no longer works for the company that we met at. And
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't know where this guy is. I have his number, but I'm like, if he's really worth it, he'll reach out.
Mhm.
Like, and so, like, 6 months later, he reaches out and he's like, oh, sorry, it's been so long. And I'm like, where have you been? Like, you
Yeah.
left, like, fully left.
You just were gone.
You were just gone off the face of the earth. He's like, well, you know how I served? And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, well, for a while I had seizures
Aw.
and I had to go get it surgically fixed and was in the hospital for a while. And I was like,
Oh, okay. Valid excuse. Valid excuse.
Exactly. And I was like, that's fine. We're good. But I missed him. And
Mhm.
and so even though like it was, him and I had this unspoken agreement of like
Mhm.
reaching out to each other off and on again. And he would reach out in the most ludicrous times. Because if I even thought about pursuing a different guy, suddenly D texts.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did he know? I didn't tell him. I don't share this stuff on Facebook
He
like the other.
felt it in the universe.
He felt it in the universe.
Love
and
that for you.
This has happened several times where
Mhm.
I would start talking to a guy and here comes D.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does he know? And I would text you each and every time it would
Yep.
happen too.
It's gotten to the point where you'll text me like, guess who just reached out to me? I'm like, it's D, isn't it?
I'm like, it is. I don't know how. Because there was that one R guy
Yeah.
that I was talking to. Guess who messaged me as soon as I started talking to R? D did.
Yeah. You were so conflicted.
I was so conflicted.
You're like, oh, but D, I can climb him, but R did not work out.
R did not work. He was scrawny. I can't. I keep trying to push past that hurdle, and I can't. If I could wrap my arm around you 2 times, no, I'm sorry.
Fair.
I'm sorry. If any of you are listening and you think you have a shot with me, but you are scrawny like that, please just walk away. Now it's not happening. I have turned down every pursuer
It
for that
is
reason.
an actual requirement.
It is an actual requirement.
While communication is one of my top requirements, climbable is one of Ari's top requirements.
I'm sorry, small kings. I'm so sorry. It is, and I watch comedy a lot, and I'm like, this is why I can never be with a midget guy either. I would crush him.
You're like, you guys have been talking a lot more recently, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just you guys talk and then not talk for a couple of weeks or months.
Because he published his own book.
Oh,
And because
he published it. Okay.
He self-published.
Self-published, got it.
And I'm like, if he self-published and I'm going to publish, I clearly have a means of communicating with him that's not D&D.
Yeah.
Because I don't play D&D anymore. But this is a perfect in.
Okay.
This is my in. And genuinely, this happened last week. Like, probably a month since we're posting this. I reach out to him and I'm like, hey, could I send you a few chapters of my book? And his response is, yes, of course, but I can only read a few. And I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. And he's like, why do I have the sense that you're going to send me the smuttiest chapters? My immediate response was, how did you know? Because I would. And then he proceeded to tell me how much of a good girl I was.
Oh, love that.
Compliment king. I can't.
But, like, no, I feel like just in general, you guys have been talking more too, though.
Yeah.
Like it's been more consistent.
Yeah.
And you said that he's getting ready to move closer, right?
Yeah, he's moving to Denver.
Yeah, because he was in...
Well, don't say his previous location. It'll give
Okay.
it away.
I guess.
Far northwest of Colorado.
Okay, so yeah, he's going to be moving closer.
Yeah, before it was like a 6-hour drive.
Mhm.
Now it's turned into a 1.
Okay. Do I ask the big question now?
Go for it.
Would you unsituation your situationship with him?
As it stands, no.
No. Okay. Intriguing. Why?
Because, okay, so on and on, off again, communication. That's one thing. The second thing is during those main like blocks of communication, it's only been about, fun times.
The spicy.
The spicy.
Yeah.
It's been nothing but spicy, which I'm here for. I am 100%, like, I'm a very... Family, I hope you don't hear this. Close your ears in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm a very sexual person.
Yeah.
I read smut books. I write smut stuff. And, this guy I've been very intimate with, even online, you know. And it's so consensual, and he makes me feel, like, amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't know that much about this guy.
That's fair.
Like, I don't know if he's a Democrat or Republican, which is huge in my world.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's religious, which is also huge. I don't know if he has siblings.
Oh. Okay. So, yeah,
or
you
if
know,
his parents are alive or anything like that.
So you essentially know next to nothing about this guy.
I know his hobbies.
Okay.
And current goals.
Okay.
And where he works.
Okay. That's like starter information.
Yeah, but we've been talking for like over 2 years almost now.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Do you want to know more?
I don't know.
That is such a valid answer, I feel.
Yeah, because like that's a situation of the situationship is.
Yeah.
I want to know more, but would that shut down everything else?
Right. Does knowing more ruin the fantasy?
Exactly. Because right now he is that fantasy. And I'm here for it because I could climb him.
You've got this specific version of him locked in your mind.
Yeah.
And getting to know him more puts that version of him that you have in your mind at risk.
Yeah.
I get that.
But it's also how he preferenced our relationship from the start. Is like, he kind of said, I 100% good friends. I'm happy you do happy fun times. But in terms of relationships, like that's very iffy for me. He preferenced that right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So if I approach it and I say I love you, would that also shut it down for him?
That's fair.
Because the thing about, I don't know if he's going to hear this. The thing about me too is for me to be sexually attracted to someone,
Mm-hmm.
I do have to love them to
Yeah.
some degree.
Okay.
And have just enough love to have that sexual attraction to make it happy fun times. But if it grows into more, I don't want to set myself up for heartbreak.
Yeah. I feel that.
So as it stands right now, no.
Okay.
If he moves and we talk a lot more and I
Mhm.
know more about him and he starts falling for me, then that could change to a yes.
Mm-hmm.
But as it stands right now, no.
Okay. Do you think him moving closer, like he's not like going to be super close, but
Yeah.
being closer, do you think that opens the door more for you guys to possibly explore more?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Because, like,
So you're not saying like never. It's
No.
like maybe.
it's a big maybe.
Mhm.
It's always like a not now,
Mm-hmm.
but it could be.
But could be. So
Mhm.
you're not like completely rejecting the idea.
Yeah, no.
What would make you absolutely shut it down immediately?
If he was a Trump supporting Republican,
Yeah. Does he give those vibes?
I can't read him politically.
Mm-hmm.
That's also what makes it hard. Because usually, like, you could turn around and be like, oh, yeah, that person's a Democrat. That person's a hardcore Republican.
Yeah.
Like, they give off that essence.
Yeah.
But he gives off the most neutral essence. I'm like, I
Would-
can't read you.
Would you describe him as that quote unquote not political?
Maybe.
Because I hate it when people say that they're quote unquote not political. Like, what do you mean you're not political? Look at the
But
freaking
if
environment
you're-
of the world.
You're ex-military. I feel like you would have no choice but to have an opinion.
I mean, not necessarily.
Or are you trained to not have an opinion? I don't know.
I
I've
don't know.
never served. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen who have served for our country. I really
Yes.
appreciate you.
I saluted. You can't see that.
Yeah. I salute now too.
Um,
I don't think we do it properly, but we tried.
we tried. We gave it our best shot because, you know, those people to this day are still putting their life out on the lines for us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then you end up with a hot ex-military guy who is now Ari's current situationship.
Yep.
Oh, I'd climb him so bad.
the only important part that you guys get out of this episode is that Ari would claim him.
He has abs. Don't take me seriously, guys. But, like, to be fair, I could be doing much worse right now.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Well, and I feel like me, you're in such this era where it's like I'm focusing more on myself. You're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on your art.
Uh-huh.
Like, you just finished book 1. You're moving on to book 2.
Yep.
Like, you're in this space where you're like, a relationship would be nice,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not your top priority.
I don't think it'll ever be my top priority
Yeah.
again, too. Because, like, when I was with AW, that was my priority,
Mhm.
is to be in a
I feel that.
relationship. But now, it's subsidiary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like too, especially when we're younger as girls, we're taught like our entire lives that we're gonna grow up, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have babies.
It's going to be a princess
Like,
wedding.
it's gonna be like we're taught that we're going to be family, right? And it's just, I don't know. I when I was younger, I always had that in my mind. I was like, I'm going to be married by the time I turn 25, and I'm gonna start having kids before I turn 30.
I had the same
Like-
goals.
Like, people would ask me my entire life, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I'd be like, well, I want to do this, but also I'm going to be married by 25. I'm going to have kids. Like, I'm going to do the whole family thing. Now that I'm 28, I turned 29 in less than 6 months.
Yeah. it's coming up.
And I'm like, marriage maybe someday. Like, I would love to do the wedding thing.
Yeah.
Just because it just sounds like it's fun. But it's not something I'm like absolutely need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole kid thing, we're still on the fence about.
Yeah.
Sorry, family, if you're listening. I know a lot of you guys really want me to have babies. I don't I don't know.
She has fur babies. That
I have
counts.
fur babies, Iris and Alistair. You guys love them.
Uh,
But yeah, no, I feel, yeah, now that we're both older, we're in this same, very similar mindset where it's like,
mhm.
okay, yeah, that would be nice. However, here's all these other things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah.
well, that answers me. Now, let's move on to you.
To me. Oh, gosh.
Your
Okay.
situationship.
My situationship. So, it's funny to talk about this because I'm not very open
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to my dating life with most people.
Yeah.
Like, you are probably the only person that truly knows anything that goes on in my dating life.
I know way too much.
Yes. But in the best way possible,
In the best
right?
way possible. Well, you know too much about me, too.
Exactly. TMI does not exist between you and me
No,
anymore.
because, like, I will be driving us someplace and be like, by the way, Miranda, have you ever had this happen to me? Talks about something very explicit. No, Ari, I haven't. I'm like, oh, okay,
Just
cool.
casual everyday conversation between Ari and Miranda.
Well,
Like,
I feel like girlfriendships, if you're not able to talk about your common sex toy, is
Yeah.
that an actual girlfriendship?
true.
Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't turn around and talk to our coworkers about that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, no. But me and you?
Yay. Yeah, gosh, where do I even start with mine?
Because I know you wanted to be very vague with yours.
I have to be vague with
Yeah.
mine because if I give out too much information, anyone, I'm not going to say like which circle he's in, like where I know him from, because people would figure it out.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm also just generally not very open about my dating life, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I'm not dating. Clearly, I am.
4th of July is
4th of July. Like, I don't know how many people actually truly know the full story of 4th of July weekend. Like, I have my friends that I've told. I'm like, oh, teehee, I did this over the 4th of July weekend. But, like, I never really went into detail about it. I never went into detail about, like, mine and EL's relationship and how that was going. Like, people, I feel like, just assume that I don't date.
Yeah. But you do.
But
like,
I
you,
do.
You've, I feel like you've been dating and have more successful, like, dating blocks than I have.
Fair. I go through periods where I'm like, I really want to date, but it's more because out of like boredom. It's not necessarily an attention-seeking thing
But it's
that I
like,
do.
also like a fear of loneliness.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess it's not really a fear of loneliness either because like I'm at a point now in my life too where I'm like, okay, if I never find that person and I never get married, I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's I go through periods though, yeah, where
Mhm.
I'm like, I'll try it out again. I'll re-download the apps and I'll start talking to a couple people, but then I remember that the apps absolutely suck. And then I delete them and then I go a couple months without being on them. And like maybe I'll talk to a guy or two on there, but like
They're not it.
in the amount of men that are on the dating apps who are holding the freaking fish in their pictures. Like, it is an immediate
Oh
no.
my
If you are on it,
God.
men, answer me this. Why? Why must you showcase the fish that you caught on the dating app?
It's to showcase how big their thing is.
Oh, well, some of them are very...
Or how much they wish, how long they wish to be.
Or is it them showing that, like, hello, look at me. I am a hunter and gatherer. I can provide.
No, thank you.
No, thank
Oh.
you. It is an immediate no. You have a fish in your
It's
dating
automatically
profile.
a no.
It's literally like, I don't care how cute you are, how compatible our stuff lines up on
If
your
there's a
profile.
fish, you're gone.
If there's a fish, gone. No.
You are sent away like the fish you just released. But
But like,
okay, let's refer your situationship as VIP because I feel like he gets
VIP.
the VIP treatment from you,
yeah.
even being in a situationship.
Okay, I like that. VIP. So it's been almost 2 years now since him and I started talking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And like, it's been like over 2 years now since I like started realizing that I had a crush on him. Because how it all started is I was like sitting in my room one day and I was like, I don't really have a crush on anyone right now. I'm like, this is weird. Like, I'm not talking to anyone. I wasn't on dating apps at the time. And I was like, I don't have a crush on anyone. And then I started going through all the guys that I knew in my mind at the time. And I was like, he's kind of cute. And that's...
He was cataloged in your mind as cute and attractive. VIP go.
And then I was like, okay. And it kind of spiraled from there. And I was like, okay, maybe I like him. And I would like, for several months, I would try to like drop these hints. And I'm like, I think you're kind of attractive. But I would never like outwardly tell him because I didn't really know anything about him. Like, I don't know if he was in a relationship. I didn't know if he was even like, he's older-ish. So in like at our age too, it's like you never know if they're married.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's always a game.
Everyone and their mom is married.
Exactly. So I'm like, I don't know if he's married, if he has kids. Like, I know next to nothing about this guy. So I kind of started to get to know him a little bit more and realized that he was single. And like, we added each other on Facebook. And like, we would talk sometimes on like, I would like try and message him on there. And sometimes he'd message back. And then he started doing this thing. It was like maybe it was spring break. And I was up really late one night because I didn't have to be up the next day. And he reaches out to me and be like, you're up late. And it started to be like this cute thing. Like, it was never anything like explicit.
Just like a little tee-hee communication.
Like, tee-hee, you're up late. Why are you up late? And if he would see that I was up past like 10, 11 p.m., he would text me like, you should go to sleep.
Well, look at you thinking of my like welfare. Like,
and I'm like, no, I don't want to go to sleep. I can stay up as late as I want to because I don't have work the next day.
Miranda and has a bratty king.
Hush. Maybe. But like, that became the thing, is like, it would be, haha, you're up late, I'm up late, but it would never go anywhere. Like, it was very much
playful.
Like, oh, maybe we feel like this towards each other, maybe we don't. Like, we don't know. And it was like a lot of dancing around. And then there was one night,
the bandage was ripped off.
I was at a work party with friends or with coworkers. And we were messaging. I wasn't drunk, guys. Okay. Oh my gosh, everyone's gonna think I'm an alcoholic after these 2 episodes. But I had been drinking.
Definitely are.
I had been having a little bit to drink. I was tipsy. I was not drunk. And so I got a little bit braver, and we started talking more about like what was on our minds, and he's like, well, you mean you always kind of give me this look when we see each other? And I'm like, maybe I do.
Well, you're pale skin. If you blush, like, it's very obvious.
Yeah, that's true. But like, it was more like a suggestive look.
Yeah.
Like, and so then that's kind of where it started, where we're both like, okay, we are both attracted to each other, clearly. And for a couple of weeks, we would text each other fairly frequently, not like super often. And then eventually we had like the conversation is like, what are you looking for? Because at this point, this is before like I really started finding myself, and I was like, oh, a relationship would be cool. Like I would love a relationship. I was kind of depressed.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was like, I'm not really a big relationship guy. And I'm like, that's fair. I'm like, I don't really entirely know what I'm looking for either, right? So things were just casual. And then I thought things were going great. Like, even just on the casual side of things were going really, really great. And then he just kind of disappeared for a little while, and I totally felt ghosted.
Yeah.
And, like, we went from talking all the time, seeing each other all the time, to suddenly, like, 2 months of nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, things were great.
What happened?
What happened? And so eventually we reconnect, and I message him, kind of calling him out on it. And I'm like, you just kind of disappeared. Where did you go? I thought things were going really well between us. Like, obviously, neither of us are gunning for a relationship right now, but like there was just nothing. You were just gone. I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did I?
And that hurts. I don't think guys realize how much that hurts.
He genuinely apologized to me. He was like, had absolutely nothing to do with you. I just get busy sometimes. He's like really, I don't want to give up too much information because people will find out who he is. He's very dedicated, you know, and like he's always been like pretty honest from the get-go about what he is looking for. So it never like has been a doubt in my mind.
It didn't blindside you.
It didn't
about
blindside
the facts
me.
of that.
Yeah. And so then we reconnected, and then things were kind of off and on again for a couple of months. And like I was kind of starting to get into a lot of the art stuff downtown. And I started to realize that I was liking him more. And I got to a point where I started realizing I was falling in love with the version of him that I created in my mind, not him as a person. And I had like a total spiral moment like a year ago now where I ended things with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this. I can't. I'm like, I'm at a point where I low-key maybe getting a little obsessive with this idea of what we could be, but like it wasn't real. What I had in my mind was nowhere near what reality would be like.
But you were kind of holding up the whole thing too.
Yeah.
So like you need to give yourself some grace because like I know how caring of a person you are. Like if someone gives you 10, you still fill up that 90. You need to cut that crap out. Yeah. But like, you know, someone meeting you halfway, it's hard. No matter what, it's always hard.
Well, and like it just got really confusing because he would give me all of this and then he would back away. And like a lot of it was just because he got busy and like, you know, he's very set with his priorities, which I really respect him for.
Yeah.
But no, I got to a point where I was like, I need to take a step back just for my sake. And I feel really bad because I kind of freaked out on him a little bit when I texted him.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm cutting things off. And then I immediately followed up with, okay, but like, what are your real feelings towards me? It was not a good week for me.
No.
And like, I was like so in my feels that week. And this was kind of shitty. He never responded, which did hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But like when I would still see him in person, and he would act normal around me in person. And because I thought he was mad at me. And then I was like, oh, God, he's never going to talk to me because I did the whole freak out thing. Like, I'm like this crazy girl. Oh, my God. But then he still talked to me after that. And we ended up working towards becoming really good friends.
Yeah.
And then 4th of July weekend.
Well, like in between that time and 4th of July weekend, we became friends.
Yeah.
Which was like out of left field. Because like before... Now we're pivoting.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to, but I felt like this was like a
tangent.
Tangent. Look into the timeline. It was so we like worked together, but didn't directly work together.
Yeah.
And like I knew of you because you worked with my aunt, and I hung out and saw my aunt often, and then you were there. I'm like, cool, Miranda. She seems cool.
Yeah.
Walked away. And then one of our coworkers was leaving and they're like, oh, we're gonna have drinks, and you happen to be there along with your current roommate, and then like we all got drinks and it was like a very happy time, and I was like, I think I like hanging out with Miranda.
Yeah.
And then we kept running into each other.
Well, because you started coming to the same writing group that I was going to.
Yeah.
And so we were starting to get to know each other through that. And yeah, so around the same time period that you and I were becoming friends, I cut things off with him. I was in that growing point.
Yeah.
Like those couple of months where you were like getting to know me, I was also kind of getting to know myself again a little bit. I was reconnecting with my writing. I was reconnecting with my reading.
And I encouraged it too.
Yeah.
Like we coexisted to each other, encouraging our own creative growth.
And so, and taking a step back from the situationship with him really helped me with that too. Because I was like, I still had feelings for him. But it's because he's so nice to me.
Yeah.
And like we never, like, yes, we cut off that aspect of our relationship, but we didn't stop being friends. And if anything too, taking that break, I feel like allowed us to become better friends because there wasn't any of that like tension behind it. At least that's how I feel. I don't know if he's listening to this. I don't know if he feels the same way that I do. But like that's how I've perceived the whole thing. And then, so that like happened in March. Fast forward to 4th of July weekend. We kind of reconnect a little bit. Nothing like crazy. We're just like texting and...
But you're like, what if I text VIP?
Yeah.
And I'm like, do it.
And I did, and we talked a little bit.
This was also part of my ploy to get rid of E.
Yeah.
Because I did not like him. And I was like, I'd rather you connect with VIP than E.
But then that was only like a one-time thing, right? Like, we went the rest of the summer, like, nothing else happened between us. Like, but then, I think it was September of last year, we had like a full-on slip. Like, we were texting, family, if you're listening, I beg you to not listen to this part.
Proceed not with this episode.
You are going to learn... Disclaimer for anybody listening to this, I feel like you guys are going to learn a lot about Ari and I.
Yeah.
But we were texting. Things got hot and heavy. And like...
Bad chicka bow wow.
And it was... He even was like, we're doing it again. And I was like, I'm okay with it if you are.
Just tell me no and I'll stop.
And that rekindled our previous, I guess, like flame. But at this point, I feel like I'm in a better headspace. Than where I was, like, what was that, like 6-7 months prior.
You did not just do 6-7 on me.
Listen. I said it. I had to do it.
Get out.
Okay, goodbye. Anyway.
Wait. Are you ready for the question?
Wait, I'm not done.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is so fun.
So yeah, we had that slip. And then, like, not long after that slip and, like, things kind of rekindled between us is when he found, like, I was seeing EL at the same time, right? He finds out that I'd been seeing EL. And
She's dating. That was ludicrous. You were actively dating.
Took him off guard, and we ended up talking about it later. And I was like, I'm sorry if that caught you off guard. And I'm like, I'm not really open with anybody about what's going on in my dating life, like at least current stuff. And he was like, no, I get it. He's like, I have no expectations. And he even admitted though, like, he's like, I do think about more sometimes, but I get into my own head, and he's got all this stuff that he focuses on, and I'm still in a spot too where I'm like, I don't really necessarily want anything super serious. Like, I am content with how things are currently. You can ask your question now.
Yes. I'm sorry, I got so excited.
Because I'm already starting to answer it, but let's
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you unsituation your situationship?
No.
Why?
Because it's just, as much as I like him, I'm very wary about proceeding with more with him. Just because of, like, I'm still in a spot where I'm, like, figuring myself out. I'm figuring my life out. I've got all this other stuff, like my art, my current living situation. There's so much on my plate right now that I'm like, I'm content with
Yeah.
how things are between him and I right now. It's not very consistent, but like I'm not upset about that, and like I still get to kind of explore the potential of dating other people,
Mm-hmm.
which I do. Like I'm on Bumble right now and like it's not going well. But like
To say the least.
um but I do really like him. But if he asked me to be like if he asked me to be his girlfriend today, I would be like, "Ooh, probably not."
It's not the right time.
It would have to be a conversation
Mm-hmm.
of like, what are his priorities? What are my priorities? What is it that both of us want? Because as someone who's also been in 2 long-term relationships,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't necessarily want to devote time to something that might not work out.
Yeah.
I want to know for sure,
Yeah, I feel
which
that.
I feel like it can be really hard to know for sure, but I don't know. It's complicated. Maybe I just have commitment issues now. But
No, this is what we talked about. We're not uncommittal.
I mean,
Because, okay, so this is my perspective too, is I am also, like, I'm going through a lot of stuff, not like going through, but I'm doing a lot of things in my life. And to have a relationship on top of everything else,
mhm.
I'm like, how inclined do I feel to put so much
Yeah.
into something that might not work out? Which
Mhm.
is, it's like commitment issues.
Yeah.
But I spent 2 years with an ex-Mormon, and he turned into a Mormon during the relationship again.
Yeah.
And I wasted those 2 years.
Mhm.
And the pain that comes with heartbreak.
Yeah.
Like, you never forget that pain.
Yeah.
Because the only way I could describe it was the same as like hyperventilating. It feels
Yeah.
like you're in the ocean and you keep trying to go up for air. You get a big lungful and then
Mhm.
you're brought right back down again.
Yeah.
And that pain of heartbreak is why I'm so hesitant to like give my heart to someone else,
Mhm.
because I know it. I know the feeling. And when someone like turns to you and says, "Ari, I don't care about you anymore," that
Yeah.
fucks with you in a
For
whole
sure.
different way. And so, like, I'm sorry, Dee. Like, if you're listening to this, you will have to fight for me and any guy, even
But
after
like
Dee, if that doesn't work out, because I can't. I
I
can't do
feel
it
like
again.
that should be the standard though. It's like how much are you willing to give to make something work?
Yeah.
It's like it can't be too much, but it also can't be too little,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. I don't know.
And like, it's a situationship for a reason too,
Exactly.
which is also what makes it more hesitant. Like, if that guy that you were supposed to go on a date with this past week, if he came in and he hit all the right notes from the get-go, and in a month from now asked you out, if he, theoretical world, would you say yes?
I guess, I don't know. It's maybe.
Maybe.
I'm going to say maybe because it's so hard to say because of just where my headspace is right now. Because I don't know about you, but I'm still at a point in my life where I'm like trying to figure out all of my priorities. Like, I really want to keep working on writing my book.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of at a standstill in this current moment. But once I get resituated, and especially once summer hits, I think I'm going to be able, hopefully, fingers crossed, make a lot of groundwork on that. Because that is my top priority, is like, I want to solidify myself as a writer.
Yeah.
Because that's been my dream since I was like 7 years old, is to be an author. And I turn 29 this year. So I'm entering my last year of my 20s, and I'm like, I want to make the most of it, And so I don't know. Genuinely, it's a maybe. If he hit all the right spots and he really
was there for you,
supported me in my aspirations, then I would consider it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. because unlike you, which I love you, I'm sorry that you're going through this. Like I know what I want in life, and I've been actively working towards it. And I have, like, I function off of yearly plans. Like this year, here are my goals. This year, here are my goals. And I go off of that to try to hit all the marks that I can. And if a guy were to come in and hit every one of the mind marks that I've made, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I want to love again.
Yeah. Loving is fun.
It is.
Like, I know I joke that I have commitment issues, but like genuinely, I love what comes with being in a relationship.
Yeah.
And like, I do eventually want that again someday, but I need to know that it's right for me.
Yeah.
And like, where I'm currently at in my life, like I know what my goals are, and I know where I'm generally headed, but there's still so much that I'm like, just feels too up in the air right now for me to like fully sit down and be like, okay, I'm ready to start making a life with someone else.
Yeah.
I want to have my life before I integrate it with someone else's, you know? Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I think also the thing is, too, which I realized within myself, I genuinely only connect, like, solid, like, 110% with very few people.
Yeah.
Like, me and you, like, it was an unforeseen connection, but, like, me and you finish each other's
Sandwiches.
That's what I was going to say. But, like, we share that connection, and that's why we hang out with each other so often, because it's so easy. It doesn't feel like work. It's like, oh, I'm going to hang out with Miranda. And, like, with other people, too, there's few people, like, some of my coworkers I could not talk to in a normal sense. Like, hi, how are you? I'm good. How about you? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then others, it's like, let's be goofballs together.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone else that I would have started a podcast with.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yay.
You're my only single friend, really, so there isn't. Same here.
Same. But also, that's not the only reason why we hang out with each other.
It's not.
No, but like I also, going back to like priorities with relationships and stuff, is I also just want to make sure that it's like we're integrating our lives together. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, I have to
compensate for
one thing to fit his needs,
Yeah.
or he needs to compensate something from his life to fit my needs. Like, I want it to be an integration.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you keep doing your thing and I'll keep doing my thing.
You know, I hate that we're not lesbians.
I know.
Because we would be the perfect match for each other. I love dick.
Girly.
I couldn't say D because D was already used in this
That's
episode. So I didn't want to confuse it, so I just had to be forthcoming. But like how we interact with each other. Like, I will hang out with you downtown, and like yesterday, like I was in the writing mood. I was like, I'm gonna write all these chapters, and you're like, I'm in the reading mood. And I only function at the Armory to write, and you only function at the bookstore to read.
Yeah.
And so even though we were hung out with each other yesterday, we still went our own separate ways for a little bit and then reconvened later.
Yeah.
Like, that is perfect harmony. Because other times, it's just me and you, like, all the time.
That, I feel like, is the perfect relationship.
Yeah.
You go do your thing, I'll go do my thing, and then we'll meet later in the middle.
Yeah.
Like,
because sometimes we're in the mood for one thing and the other
right.
isn't. And that's okay. You don't have to be in the mood for everything at all times.
Exactly. And it's like, I feel like I'm very low maintenance when it comes to relationship too. I'm like, just give me attention at the end of the day, like a little bit of attention. But otherwise, I'm very content with doing my own thing. Like, if you want to go out and be out of the house all day, fine. Unless I'm like not having a good day, then I'm like, maybe you can give me a little bit more attention that day. But like, I'm like, otherwise, I'm like, you go do your thing, I do my thing.
We'll come back.
We'll come back later. And it's like, I guess also I just want that consistency
Yeah.
of that, is that, like, I don't have to question where things are.
Yeah, because there's days where I'm like, I'll make plans to hang out with you, and then I'll turn around and be like, Miranda, it's been a day. I can't. Don't make me.
Yeah.
And then you'll turn around to have the same days, and
Yep.
I'm like, you good, bestie? Like, we'll see each other when we see each other.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, we add to each other.
Yeah.
We don't take away anything from each other. And, like, yeah, you live your life, I live my life, and somewhere we'll meet in the middle.
Yeah.
So
That's the
like-
best.
That's,
way
like,
to live.
genuinely all I want. And maybe someday I'll find someone that fits that rhythm with me. So
They're so hard to find. Like,
they're so hard to find.
needle in a haystack? No, needle in the ocean.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, man. This is why I'm like, let's move to Canada, Scotland, Ireland. I don't know.
Somewhere.
That's somewhere. I don't know anymore, man. That's why I'm like, fuck my life. I don't know what to do. But I'm also broke, so
I feel.
that's also feels.
Yeah.
But I think that wraps it up for this episode.
I think so too.
I mean,
I also just want to put out there, if any friends listening to this try to guess who VIP is, I will neither confirm nor deny any answers. So good luck figuring it out.
okay. Here, I'll help you. Please be respectful to Miranda's privacy. Like,
Oh,
it was
thank you.
it was a touchy topic to begin with that you didn't really want to broach.
I
But-
mean,
Like, you did, but you didn't.
I did, but
Not
I
in
didn't.
a
I
public
just
sense.
carefully.
Yeah. So please be respectful of Miranda. But if you want to ask me who D is, you won't know them. He's out there.
He's out there. He's existing somewhere in the world right now.
He's so handsome. My standards. What the heck, man? No, they're pretty up there. I will say that. Do we want to wrap this episode what my exact standards are? Like, besides the physicality?
Besides a guy with a helmet on a bike.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. I literally wrote it down post breakup of my first relationship.
Oh, okay.
Because this is what my therapist told me to do. And I was like, I will keep this forever. And eventually I will write down, I'll check off the boxes to see if said guy has checked him off or
Okay.
has completely just no.
Okay.